Fighting with Fire. Since entering the league in 2009, Fire has done nothing but go a perfect 2 for 2 in winning Bud Division Gold and finished the 2010 regular season ranked number 1 in the power rankings. Yet to appear at a draft in person, Connecticut's own coach Harry Shotman has masterminded the turnaround of the hopeless team formerly known as Giant Jets. It's noteworthy to point out that Fire overcame an 8-game losing streak back in 2009 to somehow win their first Bud Division crown. Don't call it a comeback. Fighting with Fire heads into the draft with Saints quarterback Drew Brees at the helm and 2 San Diego Charger air threats in Vincent Jackson and Antonio Gates. We sent camera crews up north to bring you the face of Fighting with Fire, but they got lost and we never heard from them again. So no footage of Coach Harry Shotman this time.
What's up, fellas? This is Harry with Fighting with Fire. Last year was my first year in the league, and I used it as an opportunity to sell off some pieces and pick up some extra draft picks, giving me an extra first and fourth round pick this year. I still managed to make the playoffs, which shows how bad the competition is in this league. This year I'm fully committed to winning the whole thing, and I'm gonna come kick some ass. I don't care if you're part of the Sparkling this or Gladiator that or Amish whatever, Whipping Stick. I don't even know the rest of the team's names, that's how crappy this league is. I'm gonna come kick some ass this year. Sorry I can't be at the draft, guys. I'm coming after you.
Picking 10th and coming off a most impressive Coors Division winning 11-3 campaign in 2010, Hanging Lips were the odds-on favorites to win the League of Doom Gold, but they had to settle for a consolation game victory as they lost to wildcard Gladiator Spix in the first round of the playoffs. Now some may say that the Lips were helped along by an easy schedule, finishing 2010 with the league record for the fewest points allowed in a single season. Now, looking back in time, the Lips finished near the bottom of a divisionless League of Doom in 07, went on to become Bud Division winners in 08, followed with another near-bottom finish in 09, and then back atop the Bud Division as winners again in 2010. Hoping to buck this trend in 2011, Hanging Lips enter the season with final-year running back Frank, I'm not happy in San Francisco Gore, Eli, where have all my receivers gone Manning, and Percy, man my head hurts Harbin. We caught up with Coach Greg Leonardo following a tough loss at a softball game, and he seemed to have some choice words for the team who knocked him out of the playoffs last season. Have a look.
All right, another tough night for Quinco. Season's over, unfortunately. Time to move on to the real man stuff, fantasy. This message is for one man. Unfortunately, that man's not here anymore. He took his ball and went home. Mr. Vic, pulled some shit out of your ass in the playoffs last year. Not this year.
Next year.
Muerto.
Next year.
As we make our way toward the end of the first round of the draft, down in the 11th spot is the powerhouse team of Gladiator Spix. The Spix led the league in nearly every major stat category in 2010, including most points scored in a single season, most points scored in a game, highest average game score, largest margin of victory, and most high-week scores in a season. Oh, and not to mention, they accomplished all that while starting the season 0-2. Well, the Spix tried to play out a Cinderella story by being the first ever wild card to win the League of Doom championship. They are, however, on the brink of Buffalo Bills syndrome, having lost 2 consecutive Super Bowls. The Gladiator Spix have been highly acclaimed as the most feared team in the league. But at the same time, they're quickly becoming known as the team that can't win the big one. Well, they look to lock up their first Super Bowl championship since 2007 with what may be the strongest keeper trio entering the draft. That trio consists of Rams running back Steven Jackson, Ravens back Ray Rice, and breakout phenom of 2011 season, Arian Foster. This year, we've got Coach Victor Andrade live from his home in Long Island. Vic, thanks for taking the time to join us from your home. All right, so you know you obviously have a target on your back every year. What's your game plan going into 2011?
It's a very good question. I know that every year I have a target on my back, as well I should. I've been in the championship 3 times in 5 years. I've been in the Final Four 4 times out of the 5 years. and I've always had one of the best teams. I plan on having one of the best teams this year again. I will win my division and go to the championship. That's what I plan on doing. If anybody has an issue with that, try and stop me. But for sure, I'm definitely going to take it.
Hey Vic, you've always been stuck in tough divisions. How do you plan to fend off a division that had no teams finish under 500 last season?
You know, it is a tough division, and I commend the guys in my division. We have the best division by far. Other divisions suck. So basically, I'm already playing in the championship because our division is the best. Luckily, I was able to get out of it alive, make it into the Final Four, go into the championship. And, unfortunately, I made a mistake in moves, started the wrong quarterback, made a mistake. It happens. It happens to the best of us. This year, I plan on not making that mistake, and I will take it this time.
So I gotta ask, what are your thoughts on defending champion Whipping Stick defeating you last year in the Super Bowl? And do you think you could take him this year if there happens to be a rematch?
As for Stick, guy's a bum. Gets lucky, picks up Michael Vick, wins the championship. Not gonna happen again. Same thing as Wiggles. Guy gets lucky 2 years ago. These guys just suck. They're bums. They're lucky, have a couple of wins here or there. They think they're all that. I can't stand guys like that. They're not like the Spick. The Spick, on the other hand, is aggressive every year, competitive every year, consistent. Just the fear that everybody has in facing me. I love it. I will bring it this year again, and I will win the championship. You can bank on that. See you all next year in Hawaii. Woo!
All right, thanks for the time, Coach. Best of luck to you in the upcoming season. With the 12th and final pick of the draft, the first ever championship team produced by the Molson Division Whipping Stick followed in the Sparkling Wiggles' footsteps by going from worst to first between 2009 and 2010. Finishing with a 2-12 record in 2009, the Stick, led by waiver wire pickup and breakout player of the year Mike Vick, finished 9-5, good enough for a Molson Division championship in 2010. The Whipping Stick stampeded their way to a League of Doom Super Bowl championship by winning 8 of their last 9 games, including playoffs, and making good on their namesake by scoring over 130 points in each of those games. Consequently, their only loss in that span came to the league's worst team, Abused Whore. The Whipping Stick must have a thing for the Keystone State, with 3 of their keepers coming straight out of Pennsylvania, led by Philly quarterback Mike Vick, Philly running back LaShawn McCoy, and Pittsburgh wideout Mike Wallace. If you ask Coach Derek Quinn, he might say that sounds like touchdowns galore. So with that in mind, let's get ready to end our draft show this season the same way we ended our draft show last season. You'll see what I mean.
You ready for this rant, Vic? This one's for you. Whipping Stick, 2011 champions. Here we go. You talk shit, but never back it up. And for the 3rd straight year, you ain't got the fucking cup. I called you out, you're done. Now do what Vicks do best, take your fucking ball and run. Vic's motto, change the rules. You bitch and cry every time you fucking lose. This year you'll get another whipping, then find yourself outside sweeping up those grass clippings. Back to mowing lawns for another summer, bitch. Or practice spelling so you don't sound even dumber, bitch. Go get my money, you can't compete with me. 5 letters, C-H-A-M-P. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us here on NFL Network Red Zone for our special League of Doom 2010 Draft Preview Show. We're all done here, and you know what that means. It's draft time, and Sparkling Wiggles is on the clock.